having self-control and also knowing there is also a time limit in things. There's a time for this and a time for that as well, right? That even if one wants to do something, that is not the time. And if they want to play this game here, that's great, but then they have to get home, they have to eat dinner, they have to go, on to the next thing. There is this friend here who's not very peaceful, and maybe because the rest of the friends here are winning, but it also could be the lack of self-control in some part affecting other people. Self-control is something that will help us ultimately, but it will overflow to other people. If someone does not have self-control, it affects the people physically around them and people that they're related to, and just their neighbors, right, that they come across here. So it's really telling yourself that I have to discipline myself. Discipline is key. Discipline in our relationship with the Lord and prayer, so that we're able to get the fruits of that labor, but fruits of something God wants us to have, and is a priority God wants us to have, right? Prayer time with Him, and also not saying or doing mean things, because that is not a priority, right? So taming the tongue, it is small, but if we could tame that, then we've tamed a very, very powerful thing, because this is small, but it can create huge percussions here, huge damage, huge things. But it also, there is life in our words and death in our words. So maybe we could uplift someone. That's good self-control, not saying the wrong thing, right? And it's also self-control that is needed, and not to say something mean, because that mean thing can really hurt someone's feelings, make them feel terrible, and it can linger. And self-control too, and having exercise time, and only eating certain kinds of food and eating a certain amount, and also self-control in not only the words that we say, things that we do. We need to help take care of our body, but also self-control in other aspects, like what we decide to do in our day and what we decide to watch, because what we watch and what we look at, what we pay attention to, what we focus on, can veer us off in the wrong direction. And the eyes are very, very something we want to protect, because it will bring and connect to images in our brain here. It will also have an effect on our hearts here, for it is the window to our soul. We truly want to look at good, godly, healthy, fruit of the Spirit kind of content and things that will help us just grow and mature and become better, stronger, and more knowledgeable and wise people, right? To be able to grow from it. It benefits us. It gives us some kind of like good things here in our lives that we can attain from using that time to indulge in this thing, and that could help us learn something about something new, or learn something we didn't think could be a thing, right? That could help us in our lives and help other people. So even though we don't get things our way, or when things are not working out the way that we would want, how are we going to respond? We're going to act rash and right away and not think. But no, it should be the opposite. We should hold our tongue, and we should pause. We should take a deep breath, and we should think before we speak, think before we act. That is very, very key. And it's just a matter of knowing when, right? So it comes with life. You might make mistakes, or trial and error, but we got to learn from it and really see and take time out to like figure out what is good and what is not. Have wise people speak into our lives and help us see what is right, and to help us see how wrong and how mean it could be, how detrimental it could be to do wrong things and to say wrong things. And so at the end of the day, let's continue to just practice. So it's like second nature, the good things, the holding back, the, encouraging others and bringing just peace in general to others. And it stems from getting the peace from the Lord that he supernaturally and undeservingly for us to receive, he just generously gives us. And so let us make that kind of an environment as much as possible by choosing the right thing, and creating good peace towards others as well. The Lord wants us to have, this kind of, environment for ourselves and others as much as possible, for sure. And he really wants the best for us.